Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock, and we begin tonight by getting our first look at Governor Mike Braun's expedited major disaster declaration request to FEMA for additional federal assistance. So in this, the governor estimates residential property damage is somewhere between $550 million and $5 billion. And the governor says those estimates do not include every impacted county. This request also cites at least 44 structures that were destroyed and more than 950 that sustained major damage. Tonight at 11, those recovery efforts are ramping up across central Indiana 1 week after the historic floods hit. Tomorrow morning, the city of Indianapolis will be activating a full-day flood recovery effort for the hardest hit areas here in Marion County. So we're talking about Ravenswood, Rocky Ripple, and River Park. There is a full-scale deployment heading to those areas tomorrow. We're talking about more than 20 trucks launching a convoy to help clean up. Our Logan Gay headed to those areas today to see the widespread work that desperately needs to be done.
This dumpster located in the Rocky Ripple parking lot is set up to help collect flood debris. It's also one of the locations that NDDPW will be visiting and patrolling the area to help collect additional debris for neighbors. For many Hoosiers impacted by flooding, the cleanup has taken all week, going through damaged belongings, pulling out debris, and trying to dry out homes before mold sets in. Debris piles like these are now common on some streets.
This is my third pile of trash and debris.
Lisa Milton has spent the past 5 years turning her home and property in the Ravenswood community into her little piece of paradise. Now her family's belongings are outside, air drying, or headed for the trash.
But I don't see any sign of damage so far. I'm going to do everything to reduce the risk of mold. And that's why it's so important that we have such a volunteer effort.
About 20 minutes away in Rocky Ripple, neighbors are getting that same kind of help. Volunteers spent the week outside the town hall, handing out supplies and helping air out the building.
When volunteers flooded in to save our town, you just can't express the gratitude, and it's just seeing such love and neighbors helping out it's just overwhelming.
And now more help is on the way. Saturday morning, NDDPW will bring a caravan of trucks to Ravenswood, River Park, and Rocky Ripple to clear even more debris.
We're really incredibly grateful that DPW is coming with trucks and a huge effort tomorrow.
We're still welcoming all help that we can get.
Neighbors here say they're grateful for the help, but hope the next conversation is about preventing this from happening again. In Indianapolis, Logan Gay, 13 News.
Want to let you know there are plenty of other events taking place this weekend designed to assist the flood victims. Tomorrow morning, Pro Bono Indiana and the State Bar Association will be hosting a free disaster recovery legal clinic. Volunteers can help you with insurance claims, applying for government assistance, and replacing government-issued documents that may have been damaged in the flood. It is from 9 until noon at Church at the Crossing, which is here in Indianapolis. No registration is required. A couple of hours ago, the Marion County Health Department announced another free tetanus shot clinic. So these will be walk-ins, no appointment required for Hoosiers who were exposed to the floodwaters, which bring an increased risk of tetanus. We've been telling you about the clinic tomorrow at Holt Park from 10 till noon, and now there's another one scheduled for Monday from 4 until 6 at Riverwood Park. And we've got a running list of resources for people who need the help and ways for others who want to get help to and be involved. Just be sure to go to WTHR.com/flooding. And the Indiana Department of Homeland Security just launched this disaster dashboard. This tracks all the damage reports that have been collected through 211. It breaks down the types of damage and how many requests for assistance are coming from every county. Right now, we're told the most calls are coming in from Lake and Porter counties, followed by Madison, Marion, Wayne, Henry, and Delaware counties. Now, according to that dashboard, the need for help in Lake County far surpasses any other county in the state of Indiana. We're talking about more than 8,500 reports to 211 over the last 10 days. Not surprising when you consider the 11-day power outage still impacting more than 43,000 people across Northwest Indiana. 20,000 of those people, almost half, are in one city, Gary. The utility company NIPSCO says power may not come back to that city until late next Tuesday. 13 News spoke to a single mom who lives in Gary, Indiana, with her 2 young kids. She told us she doesn't feel safe living in the dark, especially with her children.
And my son just kept waking up throughout the night saying, "Mommy, I'm hot, I'm hot, I'm hot. You know, my head hurts. Mommy, I'm hot. I don't understand why we can't have air conditioning. I don't understand why we're driving to other places. Why don't we have power? Why does no one want to help us?"
NIPSCO now faces a class action lawsuit. It accuses the company of failing to prevent the outages, claiming they neglected vegetation near power lines.
At this time, let both of our communities come together for a moment of silence to honor those impacted over the past week and in memory of Matthew Morey.
Tonight, that powerful moment at the Muncie Central football game as they open the season against Delta High School. The captains from both teams carrying out Matthew Morey's jersey from last season. Morey died after jumping into the Mississauga River last Wednesday as floodwaters rose in Delaware County. He was just 19 and recently graduated from Delta High School. After tonight's game, everyone was invited on the field for a prayer. The game itself was a close one. Muncie Central beat Delta 23-22.